Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to prep for doing a ligand or drawing in a ligand. So what this is, this cheminfo.org thing is kind of an application that uses the Open Babel software to basically generate this two-dimensional structure that we're going to go over here, convert that into two-dimensional coordinates, and then ultimately convert that into three-dimensional coordinates in a different coordinate system. So this output can be read by our Chimera. Okay, so let's get started. So right now I'm going to draw out the porphyrin system because this I had some difficulty getting it to work in a standard way. So I'm going to start by just drawing out the structure, and here's the single bonds here. Here's the 5-membered rings for the pyroles. This would be a benzene for your aromatic groups. And these are all the elements. So basically, and up here is clear. So you might have to use that. You can also do Control Z, which works, or you can also do the back button. So I'm going to start drawing the pyrole. So I encourage you to draw this out by hand first, because you might run into some problems. So you could make a double bond just by clicking on it. So this is up here. Okay. And you kind of see how I'm doing it. So it doesn't necessarily need to be that pretty, but it needs to be enough to where there aren't things overlapping. Okay, so we need one more. And this is the last ring. Okay, so now for double bond time, I got those, got that, this one, this and this. Okay, so we could just type N over the carbons, and I want to draw out type H, so I'm drawing sigma bonds so it'll register it. Okay, so there's that, and then we want to put out aromatic rings, so we can scroll up with the wheel. Now for this, you need to, for the porphyrin in particular, you have to explicitly draw out all of the hydrogens, because if you go up here into the options button, you can either add or delete. I don't know why you would want to delete. You can add hydrogens to the system, but it starts to do things funky if you do that for this. So we're leaving that no change. So we have to go through and draw out all the hydrogens. So, and I'm holding it, missed a double bond. There it is. So I'm holding it down, and that'll move it around. And we gotta get these on the pyroles. And we only have a little bit left. Okay, looks good. And then we are going to zoom out a little bit more. We're going to just type H over all of these. Control Z if you need to. If you start going over other bonds. Almost done. Okay, do I have everything? Looks good. Okay, so this generates a smiles format. So that's basically the connectivity of the carbons and the hydrogens. I think it has a problem putting the aromatic groups here because just the porphyrin is okay, but adding those extra ones is no big deal, or a big deal. So we're going to go and we're going to go to SDF. SDF or MDM mole format. So this can either be smiles or it can be SDF format. In our output format, we're going to do SDF2. Okay, so generate coordinates, we're going to do 3 dimensions. We have all of our hydrogens here. Hit convert. Cross your fingers. Fingers still crossed. There we go. Okay. So now as you see, you have an X, Y, and a Z. These are the atom labels. Okay, that looks good. Okay. So we're going to take this. We're just going to click on it, do Control A to highlight it all, and Control C to copy it all. Okay, so then we open up Notepad, Control V, and you get your file. So this is the smiles thing. Basically, this is our label. It's important to see that these, like for example, this third line is left open, just because reading these files, I mean, it's super particular. Like if you screw up, well, I mean, you could round off coordinates and stuff like that, but if there's like spaces that are missing between these things, it just crashes. Oh, it's horrible. Waste of time. Okay, we're going to save that as, I'm going to do, let's go to tutorial. So, porf, let's call this .sdf. And we're going to save this in all files. So basically this, normally the text editor wants to save it as a .txt, but what we're going to convert it to is a .sdf file. Okay, we're going to save this. And we're good to go for the next section. Okay, so now that we've got the file, let's go into our file system. And let's look up porf. We're going to right click for you guys. I'm using left-handed. So we're going to open with Chimera. See how well we did. Okay. Oh yeah. There we go. Looking good. Okay, so then you can just take this, you can save a PDB, and let's just get rid of all this monkey business. So porf dot PDB, And let's put this in our tutorial folder. Okay, so that's all we got going there. Stay tuned for a new video.